Welcome back to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shanna Register, and today I've got one of my agents from Register Real Estate Advisors here in the studio. You've heard from him before. Keith Hebert is here from Register Real Estate Advisors, and we are talking about investing. You know, we had a call-in question a few weeks ago from a gentleman who had moved here and was asking about flipping properties, and we answered his question on air. And then we had a lot of people calling and asking even more questions. So Keith and I decided we need to just talk about this a little bit more.
Yep, it's going to be a good day talking about flipping homes.
All right, let's talk about a little bit about investing. Tell me, Keith, what are your thoughts on investing in the Houston market?
Well, you know, if you're going to get into real estate investments and you really don't know what you're doing, you know, you can do a lot of damage yourself. You can lose a lot of money. You can lose it very quickly. You know, if you fire first, aim later, you know, and you don't seek the right help, you don't seek the mentoring, you don't seek coaching, you know, you could wind up bankrupt. And this is what in the medical profession they call a sucking chest wound. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. You know, where if you do the right things, you know, you get the education, you get the right people up, you team up with an experienced group of professionals that can help you achieve your real estate goals, then you can make a lot of money. You know, it doesn't take a lot of common sense to know how much money is really available in this market. You can have record returns in your own economy. Yeah.
You know, it amazes me. I still hear so many advertisements for these seminars, investment seminars where you pay to go to the seminar. It just amazes me because this is what a lot of realtors do for a living. The ones who work with investors, they know how to teach their clients all of these things. You don't have to pay for it. What do you think?
Well, you know, there's some people that need that, you know, but these guys are selling the American quick,
it's a get rich quick
dream.
Yeah, and I guess that's what I don't like about it. It's get rich quick. Just because you go through that seminar, you're not going to get rich quick.
Right. There's a lot of people, you know, that they don't really tell you the amount of work it takes, the amount of planning. It's kind of like a gold rush mentality, you know, and for some people it works, but, you know, why take that money that you're going to spend on these seminars and because it could be a substantial amount of money, you know, up to $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. That's cash money that could be used on your project.
Down payment.
Yes, exactly.
You know, when you go through real estate school, you don't learn a whole lot. You learn how to pass the real estate test.
Right.
It's what you do after you get your license where you're learning so much. And an experienced realtor who has dealt with clients year over year over year over year has a lot of experience to share with an investor about how to make money.
Right. And it's not all realtors. You have to be experienced in the flip or buy and hold or investment strategy market. You know, some people they just do new homes and they're not really focused on that. Find a realtor who understands that. Find a realtor who's watched a lot of mistakes go by or has some experience. You know, there's some things you just definitely want to avoid.
I think it's good to have sweat equity to put into the home too. You know, a great person to be buying flipping houses is people who own roofing companies or own construction companies, you know, people who can put their own sweat equity into it and not have to pay someone to come in and fix it up.
Not having enough skill and not having enough skilled labor is one of the major downfalls of, you know, it's a mistake you don't want to avoid. Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk about some of the mistakes that you want to avoid.
You know, you want to make sure you have enough money. A lot of people start this project and not have enough money.
They can't finish it, or they have to finish it very cheaply.
Yes, exactly. and that really is one of the downfalls. It's not, you know, they're not a very good project manager. They haven't looked at the whole cost of flipping, and so not having enough money. Not having enough time is another one. You know, a lot of the people are doing this part-time, and they don't realize it takes a lot of work, especially if you're going to do the sweat equity part, or you could really end up upside down in this deal.
Right. And I think the longevity of time is where you make money in real estate. Trying to make money year over year doesn't always happen because markets change, lots of things change. Appreciation, you know, is different in different areas, but it's you have to look at the long-term goals. You can't be short-sighted. You have to have that time frame of, you know, 10 years of making money, not 2 years.
Right, exactly. And, you know, it's also, you know, real estate investments are a micro market. So when you're looking at those markets, that your strategy is going to change for every little market. And that could change greatly from the west side of Houston to the east side of Houston.
Yeah. Project management, you talked about how important that is. A lot of people who want to be investors are thinking about the money side of it. They're not thinking about the project management side of it. There's another side of it too, which is the accounting side. The not just the making money, but being able to save money on your taxes. How are you going to structure your financing and leveraging the property? There are so many things to know, so many books out there you can read, so many seminars you can go to. But I still come back to your realtors. Your one of your best resources. Yes.
When you look at, there's different tax strategies, and just that alone, you have to go through that with your real estate agent. Whether you're going to take this home and it's going to be a personal home that you're going to live in for 2 years, and then you basically don't pay any taxes, if you live there.
Right.
And if you do a flip, and that flip is $500,000 in profit, well, then, and you're married, you can walk away with untaxable money there. Where if you present this as a business and you're looking at a short term, then you're going to get 35% tax on those gains. Where if it is an investment property, you're probably looking around 15%. So just the tax implications of what you're doing is very important to figure out your strategy.
Yeah, you need to talk to an accountant and figure all that out.
That's one of the professionals you need. You need an accountant, just like you need maybe you'll need attorneys. You're definitely going to need a realtor. You're going to need carpenters, master electricians, plumbers. All those people have to be lined up. Inspectors, they all have to be lined up.
Right. Let's talk a little bit about the micro market of the business, because we know that Houston is divided into a lot of different pockets you can have houses that are very high priced houses next to very low priced houses. The neighborhoods can be very, across the street from each other. Houston is just, every little area is different. You have to know the market, the neighborhood, the schools. Talk to me a little bit about these micro markets.
Well, in the micro market, that's why you really need a professional real estate person who understands that market. And also one of the good things about investing is that you may understand that market better than a lot of people. It's a brick and mortar. You can go and touch it and feel it. So understanding that market, understanding the schools that are in the neighborhood, what drives people to buy homes in that neighborhood. Are they looking for 1 stories, in that neighborhood with 2 bathrooms? Are they looking for family homes, 2 stories? So knowing what people are buying in that particular market.
The demographics.
That will determine, what you should be buying in order to make a sale and make some money.
Yeah. I think you need to be an organized person, too. If you're going to be an investor, you need to be organized. You've got to keep good records. That's something that sometimes it's hard to do.
It is hard to do. And that's why you need a professional bookkeeper and accountant on your team. If you commingle your funds between projects, or you commingle your funds with your personal checkbook, that could have tax implications that you may not be aware of. So you better have a good accountant and a good bookkeeper.
Yeah. When you help people purchase investment properties, do you do the math for them?
Yes, you have to do the math. I do some of the math, but, just like location. When you're talking about investments, it's do the math, do the math. And you better have a good ARV, and that is the after repair value. You better know what that home's going to cost you to get into it, what the repair costs are going to be, and that's where you need to do the math.
Let's talk about an example. I know you and I kind of sketched out an example of a $200,000 house that was a fixer-upper. Talk to me about that.
Okay, so you're looking at a $200,000 home. You want to buy that home around $100,000 and spend no more than $40,000 in repair work. If that will give you about a 30% margin, then you can pretty much guarantee you're going to do very well on making on that profit on that home.
One thing that we didn't talk about was the 1031 exchange. We've done whole shows on the 1031 exchange before. So if you're interested in doing 1031 exchange, I definitely recommend that you go back and look at previous episodes that we did just specifically on 1031 exchanges.
Yes. Well, when you're looking at financing, how are you going to pay for this home? There's different strategies. You can look for your money. You can look for somebody else's money. hard money lenders are going to cost you a little bit of money.
Yeah.
You're looking at 10 to 12%. You're looking at, maybe 4 points down. So, again, starting with a plan of where you're going to get your money is important and how long you're going to need that money for. Mm-hmm. So 1031 exchanges, that is a tax-deferred program. Self-directed IRAs are another tax-deferred program. That would be for more long-term gains versus the short-term gains of just working with an investor, straight cash, or really, it takes money. Mm-hmm. A lot of these seminars tell you, and people say you don't need your money.
You got to have seed money.
You need money.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining me today, Keith. Great information. I know you work with a lot of investors over at Register Real Estate Advisors. If somebody wants to call you with some questions about investing, how can they reach you?
Well, they can reach me through our number.
The 281-288-3500. That's our main line to the brokerage. You can reach me directly at 281-798-4599. I'm also Keith at RREA.com. And you definitely want to find somebody who's experienced, knows what they're doing, has done this before. Yeah. And you don't need to pay a lot of money to go to a seminar when that's what we do as realtors here in Texas. That's right. All right. You can find a lot of information over at our company website, Register Real Estate Advisors. That website is RREA.com. There's a blog with years worth of information. There's also a lot of videos on investing at HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. So there's a lot of information, and we're certainly happy to help you over at Register Real Estate Advisors. You can call Keith, or any of our agents over there can help you. So thanks for listening to the show today. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors here on Houston Real Estate Radio. Thank you.
People often find themselves in need of storage and moving, but don't want the hassle and stress. Sound familiar? Well, at Zippy Shell, we make storage and moving easy. Zippy Shell will deliver a storage container to your home or business. You load it at your leisure, and we'll take it to one of our safe, convenient storage facilities, or ship it to your final destination. We treat your stuff like it's our stuff, because we understand you're not just giving us your belongings, you're giving us your trust. Zippy Shell. Storage and moving that makes life simple.